Welcome in, collective. Jumping right into the dragonfly message. So this is about adaptability. It says, the dragonfly is a symbol of light and change. It is reminding you to bring a bit more lightness and joy into your life in order to bring about the changes needed to reach your full potential. Approach things lightly. So some of you may be experiencing or going through a very serious time in your life, or just been very serious and very closed in and just become very almost like a hermit mode, and just kind of stuck in your way because you feel like that is the only way to show or to be in a place of receiving. I just seen in my mind's eye someone with their hands open, you feel like you have to be away from the world, away from people, and this is the only way that you can receive. And Spirit is saying with the dragonfly, it's not true. The dragonfly is light. It flies. It's a symbol of light and change. And so some of you were on are on a time of change, is a time of transformation. And so you felt like it required you to be a certain way. And Spirit is saying, loosen up, find the joy, find the inner child in you, find the light, and be open to it. This is another form of receiving. I just heard gratitude. So, okay, thank you, Spirit. A gratitude journal, or just write down one thing every day when you wake up in the morning, or, whenever you wake up, just write something that you're grateful for, someone that you're grateful for, something that you're grateful for, past, present, or even to your future self, I just heard. And then at night, write about your day. And if some of you are just not keen to writing, vlogging, so video recording yourself, voice record, I use that all the time. The voice recorder, it's an app in my phone, and I just record my thoughts. I record just talking to myself for real. And that's kind of like a calling for you at this time, in order to be able to understand that in order to receive abundance, joy, love, light, spiritual downloads, I'm feeling a lot of crown chakra energy. And so I feel like there's just not one way to do it. You understand? And I feel like Spirit is saying, try different ways or try different methods. Don't be so stuck. That's what it is. Don't be stuck in one way of doing things. It doesn't mean that you're any less connected than anyone else is. It doesn't mean that you have to dictate, lose. I just heard release control. I heard it in the form of Missy Elliott, lose control. Sorry, that's why I kept saying lose. Release control. Release control, release resistance. And that is what will open up for you to be able to receive. Okay. Now, with this card, this is from the Wisdom of the Oracle. And I'm going to read the message because it's a beautiful card. And as you can see, it's number 7. So that may be significant for someone. And it's the To the Sea card. Okay. So this is, I don't know how this message is going to fold out. So this guidebook actually has a message, like an oracle message, so the overall message, and then it has the relationship message and a prosperity message. It also has a protection message. The protection message is if the card comes out in reverse. I am going to read these out because I don't know, like I said, how this message is going to unfold, and how it may resonate for you as a collective. And I think that this is a good place for you to kind of see how this is going to relate or resonate for you, depending on, what you're going through in your life. I'll start with the relationship message. There are points in a relationship where you have to decide to go with the flow rather than dictate the course you share with another. Can you let go of the need to have things your way and allow the relationship itself, your combined goals and desires, to steer the ship? Can you both transcend your personalities and allow the partnership to form its own identity, its own energy? Now is the time to relax and see where this mutual journey leads. Very similar message to this dragonfly message that I was getting as far as releasing control. Okay. Now, prosperity message. So this has to do with like your career life, your business ventures, etc. Everything seems to work out when you stop scrambling and allow the sea of opportunities to wash over you and wake you up to your most prosperous potential. To get into that flow, you need to address your beliefs about abundance and money. The true meaning of your personal currency lies in your skills, your talents and abilities, and most important, your core beliefs. Everything flows from your inner world and is reflected in the outer one. When grateful to serve, you align your prosperity consciousness with a higher consciousness, you can expect miracles. Everything you need will come to you easily. So again, some of you may be experiencing financial blockages or maybe going through a financial strain. And it's about going with the flow. It's about being open to receive. And some of you may be called to practice some type of manifestation technique. There's a whole bunch of different manifestation techniques. You can find them on YouTube. You can research the internet. There's the 369. There's water alchemization. Whatever floats your boat. However you feel it connects. However you can connect. And so, these blockages is almost like I'm getting the Eight of Swords in my mind's eye. It's almost like you're holding yourself back. And you think that what you're doing is going to give you the outcome that you're desiring. But in fact, what you're doing is you're creating friction. You're creating some sort of blockage. And so Spirit is saying adaptability and having light and joy. And the same goes with this card. So the protection message, I guess, since we're talking about it, is when external conditions appear to block every attempt you move forward, there is no hidden message for you to decipher. Like the ocean, the tides of experience ebb and flow. You are in a natural cycle, so know that things will flow again in due course. There is no cause for alarm. That's crazy. Stop resisting and fighting against the situation and learn to flow, even when the tide is going out. Relax and trust in the abundance that will soon be within your reach again. An ancient mariner's saying applies to you now. When fishermen cannot go to sea, they stay home and repair their nets. Wow. Alright, cool. So I'm not gonna keep reiterating the same thing. Because I feel like it's a very powerful message. I feel like, look at this beautiful card. First of all, let me just say, this brings a smile to my face. So I have an Oshun Oracle deck, and this is from that deck, and I felt called to pull from it. These cards, the imagery is wildly beautiful. I mean, just look at this card. This is number 40. I just heard someone maybe 40 years old. Okay. This is the Oshun of perpetual beauty. And the words at the bottom are inner beauty, self-love, and transformation. I got self-love in the channel messages. Okay. I love how this is flowing together. Flowing. Oh, I got that too. Sorry, in the channel messages. So this oracle deck is set up a certain way where she has certain chapters or certain sections of the cards. So this card came out of the initiation of dreams. Okay, the initiation of dreams, it has 6 cards in that section, connects you to divine consciousness, urging you to embrace your spiritual nature, transcend earthly limitations, and attuned to the infinite wisdom of the universe. This suit aligns with the crown chakra. Exactly. So, number 40. Oshun of perpetual beauty, inner beauty, self-love, transformation. I am a reflection of sacred beauty. That is your affirmation that you can use. So, initiation of dreams. Oshun is considered to be a legendary beauty. Beauty is the way the divine expresses love and speaks to us. Consider the beauty of nature. If you pull this card, it is a sign that it is time to embrace your own special brand of inner and outer beauty and practice deeper self-love. So one of the things that I was talking about here when I was saying like connect with your inner child, youthful energy, just light and joy. The calling can also be for some of you to practice self-love. So acts of kindness for yourself, words of affirmation. So affirmations for yourself. This one says, I am a reflection of sacred beauty. And that is going to be the way that you help to release resistance. Recognize your sacred beauty. Recognizing your sacred beauty empowers you to radiate confidence and attract positive energy into your life. I love that because that's what I feel like some of you are on this journey and that's what you're trying to do, but you're doing it in a way that's creating a blockage because of the control, because of the friction and the resistance. And so in order to attract positive energy into your life, you have to be more flowy. You have to allow yourself to be in that divine feminine energy. And this is not gender specific. We all carry both energies within us, the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And this is about having that flow in order to be able to attract a place of receptivity, a state of allowance. I just said that backwards. Yeah. The message is to go inwards, and reconnect with the inner part of you in order to be able to release the resistance and control that you have created around you. And I'm not saying, some of you are really facing very difficult decisions, very difficult circumstances. I'm not taking away from that. But it's almost like you've allowed that to suck you into that and has created, I'm getting the Eight of Swords in my mind's eye. The Eight of Swords, I wish I had that card, but right now, the Eight of Swords is in the original Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck. It's a woman and she's blindfolded and she's very loosely tied with like some rope, and there's like 8 swords around her, but she can easily like take off her blindfold and walk right through. It's not, it's an illusion. It's a state of mind. Swords is all about the mind, and your thoughts. And so for some of you, that has kind of brought you into this place of resistance. And Spirit is saying reach inwards and find what brings you joy and find what brings you light energy. Raise your frequency, raise your vibration in order to have those gifts come through, that alignment, those aha moments, just all sorts of abundance and things that you're calling in and attracting into your life. Okay, so let me get into the tarot. Okay, so wow, this is a very powerful message of transformation. This is I want to say like a shout out from Spirit, and some of you are not even aware how much, I want to say how much you've changed, but it's how much I just heard risen to the occasion, rise to the occasion. This Judgment and Death card is very loud over here. It is all of the lessons, all of the encounters, all of the people, all of the situations, the teachings that you used to make some of the most important decisions in your life, and used that that was your, I just heard fuel, that was your fuel through your death and rebirth, through your transformation, through your evolvement. And for most of you, this is about loss and disappointment in love. With this Ace of Cups here, this is about I just heard betrayals. This is about the betrayals. This is about every time, overall, this is about love, right? When it comes down to it. So in the previous messages here, we talked about self-love, and we talked about flowing with abundance and reaching inwards and connecting with your inner child and bringing joy and love and all those things, right? And this being right here, this judgment death with the Five of Cups and the Ace of Cups, is like you've had to learn this lesson over and over and over and over again. And it's been, I'm seeing like they look like different people. It looks like a different situation, but it is not. It is the same person. It is the same situation. And it's been the lesson that's been repeating until it hit. And I feel like this is the moment where it's hitting. This is the moment where you're like, you know what? The last 13, 7, 8 years, whatever it is, has been about this. This is what it's been about, is my love for self, the love that I pour out, right? Over giving, people pleasing, codependency. And if you have not had that aha moment yet, it's coming. Oh, it's coming. And it's not a punishment. That's the thing. And when you realize that it's not when it happens and you realize that it's not a punishment, you will be grateful. And there goes the message from earlier, gratitude. It's grateful for awareness, grateful for love, grateful for the cycles that have ended, grateful for the older version of you that we lovingly release with light, love, and shadow, right? Because the power of duality is what makes the world go round. The power of duality, it's the good and the bad, it's up and down, it's right and wrong, it's light and dark. And it's really reaching into that place of, remember that saying, when you point, how is it? When you point one finger, you got 3 pointing back at you. When you point the finger, you got 3 pointing back at you. That's almost this right here. It's a place of going inwards. It's a time of going inwards and answering the call with this Judgment card here. Answering the call and looking back to see, like, okay, this person's name was Steve, or that person's name was Carolyn, and my person after that, their name was Eric, or Diana. Whatever it is, it's like different names, same people. That's what you're attracting. In the place of, like, what do you call this? That's funny. I was just telling someone this, where I was married before, and obviously not any longer. And I used to be like, they say that you attract what you are, but I wasn't a liar. I wasn't a cheater. I'm not. So why did that come my way? Lying and cheating, right? Lower vibrational energies. However, lack of self-love, self-worth, codependency, that's also lower vibrational energies. Energy don't care what title it has. it's like, oh, lower vibrational energy plus lower vibrational energy, it's a match, right? And I don't ever really talk about my personal life, but I feel like someone needed to hear that. It's like, yeah, you're not what that other person is, or you don't do the things that the other person does. Even in like a legal situation, one person's a murderer, one person's a bank robber, committed, I don't know, robbery. Prison don't care. Y'all both still going to prison. You know what I'm saying? It's like the bank robber's like, oh, I didn't kill no one. And the murderer is like, well, I didn't take nobody's money. I ain't steal nobody's money. It's still lower vibrational energy. And spirit is, that's coming through really loud and clear. It's like the awakening. The awakening is happening now. And if you have not gone through this, like I said, it's happening very soon. If you're going through this now, this is a confirmation for you that you are on the right path. And it may be a little muddy right now, but out of the mud grows the lotus flower. This loss, this disappointment, and I just heard it's also within yourself. If this is not, if it's not resonating for you if you've been single for a while, let's put it like that. If you've been single for a long time or what have you, this is about you. This is about the abandonment of self. This is about the illusions that you've created for yourself. This is about knowing your inner worth, knowing what you're capable of. Not everyone is meant to, there's some people that they don't want, they're like, no, I want to be single forever. I don't want children. I don't want marriage. Fill in the blank. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't compensate for the lack of your growth, your evolution, your goals, your aspirations, your manifestations. And so this is very much a story about self, right? With the self-love and awakening to that fact and rebirthing, redefining, rewiring, reprogramming, redoing life on your terms with your growth, with your learning. Okay? It's been tough. We got 5 of Swords here. We got 7 of Wands here. We got 7 of Cups here. Walking away right here. And, this is screaming, fighting for what you believe in, standing your ground, fighting for your core beliefs, fighting for your values, fighting for just putting up these walls. And again, for those of you that have just, been single for a while or just been kind of hermiting for a long time, like, this is what you felt that you had to do in order to be able to be safe. I just heard, wow, that came through really loud and clear. For some of you, it was your marriage. Some of you fought for your marriage. Some of you fought for your independence. Some of you fought for, it was just putting up guards, putting up walls, and trying to protect yourself from the battles, from the scars, from the disappointment, from the betrayal, from the conflicts, from the arguments and disagreements. It could get real nasty, I just heard. And it came to a time where you realize, like, you know what? I have to make a choice. I have to look at my life and I have to make a choice, and I have to see the people that are in it, the snakes that are in it, my household, is it in order? I mean, sure, there were good times, but where is the growth and evolution taking me towards, leading me towards? And some of you have walked away. If you haven't walked away yet, this is the present energy. Some of you have walked away or are going to, using your discernment, using your Queen of Swords energy, cutting through the bullshit pretty much. And a lot of this has to do with you. Like, it's not even about, you can't make people change. You can't make people do anything you can't make people do anything, period. Let me just stop there. This is more about you. What are you discerning for yourself? Are you listening to your intuition? What is it saying? What needs to be cut out of your life? And walking away is this goes hand in hand. And then look at this beautiful energy right here. I'm loving this. Look at how it's going from, first of all, we got the 10 of Wands in reverse. 10 of Wands is burden, right? Carrying more than what you can bear almost. It's in reverse. You're walking away and using discernment brings you to a place of releasing that burden. And sure, it's not going to happen night to day because you have a progression here. You know what? Let me look at the angel numbers. Because I think we had, 1, 2, 3. Progression. Oh, shit. And then look how it's like zeros and ones, ones, twos, and threes. Okay, so this is about a progression. Because look at these. We have the Knight of Cups to the King of Wands to the Emperor. Loving this energy. This is a literal like progression. Damn, I don't even want to. Okay, let me put it this way. You're going from Knight energy to King energy to the Emperor. All because you stood in your truth. You stood in your authentic self. And you went inwards to see what it was that, as time goes on, and we live life and things happen, people come in, people leave, jobs and business ventures and whatever it is, we evolve, or at least we're supposed to. Stagnancy to me equals death. You're no longer living. And a lot of you have been surviving, right? Instead of living. And sometimes we are put in those situations. We are, life isn't about rainbows, unicorns, and I don't know, fucking lullabies or something, but you do what you have to do to protect yourself, and I get that. I'm still deprogramming survivor mode, so I get it. All right, Spirit is having me pause there. So this is about a progression of going from this Knight to King to Emperor energy by standing in your truth, by verbalizing that truth, by thinking also that truth, thinking, speaking, and acting on it. So, keep in mind, sword energy are thoughts. And I just heard racing thoughts. So some of you have been battling with this, have been going back and forth with like, what is my truth? Some of you have been in this situation for umpteen years. And like, now that this is now happening, that you're walking away, that you're using discernment, that you're cutting through the bullshit, it's like, what is my truth now? I just heard, who am I? Where am I headed? Who am I becoming? And how do I get there? Truth, authenticity, honesty with yourself. Shit, if with no one else, honesty with yourself. And you will see the gradual projection, the gradual progression, Knight energy to King energy to the Emperor. And then we're talking here about the outcome. Outcome is the 6 of Wands, which is straight up success and victory. It don't get no better than that. It does. This is you building your foundation. This is you with stability, security, possibly even a partner, possibly a twin flame. But this is more just about romantic partnership or divine counterparts. Remember, this is your energy. And again, this is a gender neutral message, so it doesn't have to be where, yes, it's a Queen of Cups energy, but keep in mind we all carry divine feminine, divine masculine energy within us. And this is talking about operating from your heart space, okay? And this is talking about love and compassion. And, in that queen energy, this is still a queen card. Yes, there's nurturing. Yes, there's compassion. But now this has all been brought back in for yourself. And that's the real victory. If a partner comes along, great. Money comes along, great. Opportunities are going to come up because now you are in alignment with the most authentic version of yourself. And that is your outcome. And here, keep in mind the Judgment card and the Death card. The Judgment card comes right before the World. The World is the last card in the major arcana. And so this is like another chance, another opportunity. This is another time of awakening, a spiritual awakening for you. And so Spirit is asking, are you going to answer the call? Not that you haven't in the past, but how are you going to answer the call this time around? Are they naked? Damn. So, anybody else is naked on the table? No. How are you going to answer their call this time? I think I'm going to leave it there. Because I feel like I'm starting to repeat myself and I don't like that. It's kind of annoying. But I am going to leave it there. I really hope that these messages find you in divine timing and will serve your highest good. Yeah, I'll see you next time.